Hi, my name's Jesse, and my power is going to be in red.
And hey, I'm Keith, and my power is in green until it cuts out halfway through the race.
So, this was May 17th. It was the Wednesday Night Crit C race. Also happened to be the National Ride of Silence Day for people who had been killed by vehicles while riding a bike. So our first lap was just a super slow, silent lap in honor of the Ride of Silence. And what you just saw was the very beginning of the race after that first lap.
Yeah, so we basically ended up with a neutral start as opposed to just like a standing still start.
Yeah.
And it had a kind of a weird effect on the tempo of the race. Like, hey, we got stuck at the back somehow. So we are, I think, at the very back of the pack right now.
We are the back.
Yeah. But it made the pace of the race, like, slower than usual because people didn't have that anxiety off the gun, to go. So we all had this one lap of just like take it easy group ride, kind of chill, and no one really picked it up. Like we're coasting on the back, literally just coasting through, waiting for something to happen.
Yeah.
But we're also way on the back, which kind of sucks. Like if people start to make moves, we're not in position to cover them at all.
But we were kind of chatting with each other almost.
Yeah, it was kind of a cool, relaxed start. It was
look at our heart rates. 160. That's like endurance tempo heart rate.
It's a pretty high endurance tempo.
Well, tempo heart rate.
You get that the race jitters.
Yeah. But man, look at that heart rate's just falling down.
Yeah, and so now I'm looking. Is that me over there?
I'm
you're
green,
right? Okay.
Yeah.
147.
147. We're just chatting.
Yeah, so I think, is it about now where I start to get a little antsy? No, do we
no,
wait another
because
lap?
I remember chatting with you. I pull up next to you, I think after the next lap, and I'm like, hey, what do you going for the win? You going for preems?
Oh, yeah, we were joking during the warm-up. He's like, so what's your goal today, Keith? And I was like, win!
Well, we're joking around like right here.
Yeah.
And I didn't think you were serious.
I didn't think I was serious either.
I thought, okay, we're just going to hang out in the pack and finish it out because I had another race after this. This was my first ever time doing two races back to back.
Because this is the C race at 5:30. Right?
Yeah, and the B race starts at 7.
Yeah.
So I was coming out here, and I was out here to literally just hang out. Like the C race was supposed to be a warm up for me to get ready for the B race. So I thought, oh, cool. Keith's just going to hang out with me.
Yeah, have some fun in the pack. I've been wanting to work on like my kind of bunch sprint tactics because I tend to just like be a breakaway person or not being in the pack towards the end when it counts.
Well, that's what you're good at, though.
I know.
So playing to those strengths.
Yeah, but it's like this is a great practice race to work on a skill that I'm not good at.
So here's the move.
Yeah, here I get bored.
So we just roll.
But it's a very slow roll. So I'm just moving out. My goal was basically to just get on the front and just change the pace. Like I didn't want to bridge anything.
And then you went off the
front. Then I see, is that
Hilltop guy?
Feliciano? Yeah.
Feliciano.
Is that his first name? Feliciano?
Sure.
But so I see him and I'm like, all right, well maybe I'll just I'll bridge the group back up to him, and then pull the pack. And so I'm assuming, I think right now I still have at least you behind me.
So I noticed that you do that. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to see if these two can get away.
Yeah.
I pulled the same tactic I did on the 26th.
So you're just letting the wheel slip.
I'm letting the wheel slip on purpose.
He's off my wheel too. So
yeah, but he ends up catching up to you. Look, I think he puts in a little dig.
Yeah, so he's going to catch up with me at some point.
And I'm just hanging out. 200 watts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing nothing.
Yeah, and I'm working decently hard. And I think at this point...
This is the headwind section.
Yeah.
This was the headwind section. it was a straight headwind into the finish line.
Because at some point, I turn around to him and I kind of motion, let's get a rotation going.
There's Jaime.
Jaime?
Yeah.
Jamie.
She's a Cat 3.
Yeah, no, she's a Cat 3 woman. She's usually one of the top finishers.
She always finishes at the top of the pack. So I figure if anything happens, I'm going to stick to her wheel.
Yeah, like at least be in the pack as they come back.
So I'm not going to pull.
But so I'm still pulling on the front and pulling real hard.
Yep. And Jaime's pulling me around. I'm letting her do that. I'm not going to help her bridge. But if she catches you, make it a fair fight.
Yeah. But so Feliciano's not working for me.
No.
I think at this point I might not have flat out asked him yet because I'm happy to pull for a few laps to get the separation. But I think past this turn at least, I probably turned around and was like, come on, man. Like, we've got a gap, but I can't keep this gap on my own.
Yeah.
Or can I?
I think that's given away in the title.
So the gap is still growing. Like, I mean, we're pushing real hard through this headwind. Like, Jamie's getting some more separation there.
Yeah, and I'm doing... Oh, and this guy goes flying around. So I'm like, see you later, Jaime. I'm going to stick to this guy's wheel, and then that guy almost crashes into me.
This orange sock guy?
Yes.
I've never seen him out there before. I don't know if he's like new or just has never been out here.
No, I will say that there was some fun stuff going on in the pack, and people were talking shit about you, Keith.
Oh, there's
Feliciano. He did his pull.
Half pull. And so then...
He's just not a breakaway guy.
I get back on to do my pull, and
incoming
well,
cat
I
noise.
lose him. It wasn't too bad. We have a cat jumping around the microphones.
Fucking cat. Okay, so you and Feliciano are barely up the road. Oh, shit. And I'm just hanging out with these guys.
So you're third wheel right now?
I'm third
and
wheel
I'm still up there
the
with
pack.
Feliciano.
And look at them. They're dropping off the power. I thought, like, come on, chase these guys.
So like
around
6 seconds maybe? 6-7 seconds of a lead? Really not a whole lot.
No. You were very close. I'll just say that. If I wanted to bridge, I could have.
Well, and so that's where, like, I never expect to get away with stuff like this. Like, it shouldn't happen. But also, like, I realize that, early on in the breakaways like this are when people are going to try and make their moves to do the bridge.
Yeah, so now we're back to you. Look at your heart rate.
Yeah, no, I'm pegged. So, like, I end up getting into the red, and for the first several laps and just, like, way over threshold, my heart rate floats up to 187 and stays there the rest of the race. It just doesn't come down.
Which is... I think your anaerobic level, right?
It up until now, yeah. Like, this is basically, I think, a TT effort for me. Like, it's just enough above threshold where I can maintain it for quite a while.
Yeah. And, okay, here we go. We just swapped wheels. So the orange guy's pulling now. Guy in the green fell behind me. And I'm literally just sticking to wheels. I thought, if something happens...
Yeah, don't get on the front, necessarily.
No, I didn't want to pull. Plus... I didn't even think I'd be doing stuff like this. I thought we were going to hang out.
Mm-hmm. Just chat.
I thought we were just going to hang out with the pack. Not have you fly off the front and push the pace.
Yeah, so, like, I'm still... Well, this is the headwind. I think consistently I was pushing 400 into the headwind. That guy in the orange asked me after the race. He's like, hey, man, what kind of power were you doing? I think he was probably surprised that, for, like, as hard as he's working on the front there, that I was staying away.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm still totally in build the gap, because like until I can't see you guys, I'm not.
So you're
ready. Turn one.
You just went through the turn, and you look back every turn almost, and you're just burying it.
So that's 12. That's like a 12-second gap, which is that's a big change from just a one turn to go.
This is only a couple laps.
Yeah.
So now we're back to me, and
I spent the entire race looking behind me.
Eric made an attack. This is where Eric made his move.
Okay.
He knew what we were up to, so I pull in front of him, and I slow pace.
That's a pretty blatant slow pace. He's not letting you do it.
So he went around me, and he, through this little straight section, he looked at me like, I know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I absolutely know what you're doing.
Yeah, well, because we're good friends with him. We chat with him after every race, and
he knows.
He knows our game. He knows our strengths. So it's kind of fun though, like to be racing against someone who at least knows what you're trying to get away with.
And that's what also makes this Wednesday night crit fun, is that you get the regulars.
Yeah.
So you know what they're good at and what they're not good at. So then you know what you kind of can and can't get away with.
Mm-hmm.
But what surprises me is that this is the second time you've gotten away with this. And people know that's what kind of rider you are.
Yeah, like I think the key, because I've been in probably now 3 breakaways that have stuck and like actually gotten me to a podium, or close to one. No, it's 3. Yeah, because I had 2 second place finishes from a break and then 1 today. And I think just at the level that a lot of the riders are at and the lack of teams that we have,
that's Alex.
That's Alex going off. So everyone's trying to bridge up.
This is the part where I'm working to get on Alex's wheel, and then I realize Alex could be good for you.
Yeah, to have 2
Alex
people
is
up
strong.
there.
So I figure, okay, I'll let Alex bridge up.
Mm-hmm.
And then these guys come flying around again, so I'm like,
because they want to be part of that bridge too.
I can't let the whole group get away, you know. So
I'm very glad to see this happening though. So what I was saying earlier is like a lot of times in this race, people don't have the wherewithal to organize a chase, but they're actually doing a really good job, I think, of trying to put something together.
This Velo Cup guy, I'm not sure if it was him or his other two teammates. They were in the B race.
Okay.
And they flew off the front. And they stayed off the front.
Yeah, because I remember towards the very end seeing a few people bridging up and getting close.
Dude, they almost caught you.
Yeah, no, it was close.
It was Albert Sweeney, the Hilltop guy, Feliciano, and then Romain.
That's right. Okay.
And they almost caught you.
Yeah, no, they were getting very close towards the end.
I was like, oh man, Keith might get out sprinted.
I would, for sure. With all the effort I was putting in throughout the whole thing.
So the group got shattered, and we just skipped ahead. So group got shattered, a few people fell off.
And my power's gone.
And your power's gone.
Also, at some point through the race, JR, who's a guy I've followed on Strava, but I've never met until this day, started standing at the corners and actually coaching me on my line through. So he would stand at the point where I should exit the turn, and was just shouting at me pedal, come through here, and kind of giving me gaps throughout. Which was actually very helpful. He said that the gap that I had on the group was staying very static through the middle, until he started telling me how to go through the corners. And he said then, he was every lap you started gaining a second and a half. Just because of the group can't go through the turn all together. I think he's by the tree there. Yeah. There he is, standing there, telling me. Yeah, he's being my marker of where to come out.
But that's also one thing we've been working on with you.
Yeah,
is getting you to pedal through corners. So there's this park. And it's real windy, so I was trying to get Keith pretty used to pedaling through corners, just through this park, doing 20 miles an hour through the park,
dodging squirrels
and trees and everything. But JR was a real big help for Keith up front.
And I still wasn't necessarily pedaling all the way through them, but it was by taking that wider line, I'm able to pedal through more of it.
Yeah, and hold more speed.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're not scrubbing your speed by diving into the corner.
And it's a surprisingly wide line. On this turn you just went through, there's that little cutout that I always try and avoid. I feel like if I get into that cutout that I've done a bad line. But that's actually the best line through there, is to keep it wide.
But you go look at the A race guys.
They're all using that cutout for extra
the 1,
space.
2, 3s, So we're just skipping ahead even more. We're nearing the end of the race. I think they just rang the bell for 2 laps to go, so you can see we're close.
Was there a preen at the end?
They were ringing the bell for 2 laps to go.
Okay. Well, there's no bell for 2 laps.
Really?
No.
And there's JR in that corner telling you to pedal. But we got awfully close. Over the course of the race, I think you started fading.
Oh yeah, no, I mean I was hurting by the end. My poles through the wind were getting just a little bit less robust.
So here's where Albert takes off for 2 laps to go.
Yep.
This is 2 laps to go, and then Romain's on his tail. I see Alex, and I'm like, oh man, they let this gap open up. I'm gonna close that down. So I start drilling it to catch up to him.
Yeah, because they were working hard. I remember turning around at a lot of these turns and seeing those 2-3 guys.
Look how close we are to you now.
Yeah.
You're just now going through that last turn.
Yeah.
And we're almost on.
So that gap fell down.
And then, I think it was through this turn, I remembered to myself that I was out here to use the C race as a warm-up.
Whoops.
And I was like, oh man. So then I just kind of back it off. And I just basically roll the last lap.
And just kind of take it easy.
I noticed Feliciano
wants to be in that bunch.
Yeah. So I figured Feliciano would beat Romain just because Feliciano's a little smaller. But look at him. You're looking back and you can see them.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. No. And this is kind of what I expected. Is if the gap stays, those last few laps are going to be where they're going to try and make it up. So. Yeah. I don't know, my power numbers on the screen are all off, but I am still...
They're totally wrong, yeah.
I am definitely working hard.
You're drilling at least 20-something miles an hour right now. Probably close to 30.
Yeah, so I tend to... 26? Yeah, I was peaking at 27 on the tailwind area. Because it was kind of a cross tail through the big curve here.
Mm-hmm.
but then a stiff headwind. I just know, like, I would look at my power every time across the line was like going up to 400, and I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna pay for this in a couple laps.
So here goes Keith going through the finish line.
Is that the end?
This is almost the end, so we're almost at the end.
One lap to go?
This is it.
Oh.
You finish first.
Okay, yeah, hands up.
Okay, and I'm slow pacing. I see two guys on my right-hand side. And I figure one of them's going to jump me. Then I'm going to slingshot around them to beat them, because I'm not going to get beat in the final stretch. I see one guy taking off. He didn't pull as hard as I thought he would. And then I end up just absolutely killing him to the finish line. And that was it.
And that's fifth, because there were 3 guys up there. That's right.
That's it.
Sorry.
You know, there's a bunch of them there and trying to,
so they can't do.
and that's when you're not break away and you start doing like that. That's it.
What you do, buddy?
Good deal. And the position. Whatever. I told you, like, there's no position. Just go.
Just go,
like,
go, go.
Like, I've been telling you.
Good job.
Thank you very much for your help.
Yeah. I was gonna let Alex bridge up to you, but he
I'm not that
burned up.
strong.
Dude, you're strong, man. Good job. Golly.
I'm wasted.
Man, break away on one. Dang. Hey, you actually get your bike on the podium
That's
this
right,
time,
I do.
Keith.
I gotta get everything picture perfect.
Albert.